Life sometimes come at you fast. Tragedies make your life unravel. You feel like you wanna give up and stay knocked down. Even when your heart is shattered, you still got a life to live. You still got a life to live, so don't give up. We are beautiful miracles. We are beautiful miracles. We are beautiful miracles, so don't give up.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me on my podcast, Beautiful Tragedy. If you like what you're hearing, would you please like, comment, share, and subscribe? In this episode, I wanted to share some books that were very helpful for Ivan. They're mostly anxiety focused for children, but it's kind of just any emotion, really. So there's a series, there's a website called Puppy Dogs and Ice Cream. It was actually recommended to us by Ivan's play therapist. And these books that I'm going to share with you are written by a child psychologist. Her name is Dr. Daniela Owen. There's a series of 3. Everyone feels angry sometimes, everyone feels sad sometimes, and everyone feels anxious sometimes. So I wanted to just read a little snippet from each one so that you can kind of just get an idea. And then you can even personalize it in the front. Anger is a big feeling. We can feel angry when we don't get what we want, when something isn't fair, or when we have to do things we don't want to do. Anger starts deep inside of us and grows and grows. Even though it doesn't feel good, it's okay to feel angry. Everyone feels angry sometimes. And they talk about when your anger gets too big and the various different levels of anger, low, medium, high, and exploding. So then once you get to that level, how do you help get your anger down? And so the first step is notice your level. Are your cheeks getting warm? Are your hands forming fists? Do you feel like you could scream? Now it's time for step 2. Clasp your hands behind your back. Take 10 steps away from the situation or the person that's making you angry. So basically, it talks about breathing in and out and how important that is and how it's just something easy that you can do. Moving your body, doing jumping jacks, cartwheels, put some music on. And I have to tell you that actually my son had an incident at school yesterday that was very upsetting, and he was very angry. We got this book out, and we tried a couple of the different techniques, and what he found was after suggesting dancing, it was something that really, really helped to calm him down. So this one's called Everyone Feels Angry Sometimes. Everyone feels sad sometimes. Sadness can make us feel like a big dark cloud is hovering above us. We may feel sad because we were left out, we lost a game, we failed at something we tried to do, or we couldn't do something that we really wanted to do. Sadness may cause us to stay in bed. It can cause us to yell at the people around us. Or it may cause us to hide and avoid upsetting thoughts and situations. So it talks about what you can do when you're sad. Maybe you can make a craft. You can make someone else happy. You can make a card for someone. And what I like about this is that, yes, it helps your child. But in these situations, sometimes we have big feelings that we don't necessarily know how to deal with. And so these can be good reminders because they're just kind of the basics. And I think sometimes we all need to be reminded of the basics. Everyone feels anxious sometimes. Goes through, how anxiety can make your body feel. It can make you feel sweaty, dizzy, hot, shaky. It's okay to feel anxious. When we feel anxious, it's important to know that we can help our bodies and brains calm down, and we can handle whatever is making us feel this way. So it suggests writing down the things that make you feel anxious. It talks about what you can do. It comes coming up with solutions for what your problems are. And then they have a beautiful description of how to do grounding, which is using your 5 senses to help you notice what's going on in the moment. So hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, touching. And again, I've used these reminders for myself in situations where I was having a hard time. And these show you ways that you can do these at any time. So those are the 3 from the Everyone Feels series. She also has Dr. Daniela Owen, the child psychologist, has another series of 3 called Right Now. There's Right Now I Am Fine, Right Now I Am Brave, and Right Now I Am Scared, I think is the 3rd one. And it says, this was actually, I think, written at the beginning of the pandemic. And the book says, sometimes bad things happen in the world and they make us feel scared. Sometimes these things make us worry about what is going to happen next. Our family and friends and neighbors might be affected. All this worry can make us feel terrible. It can make our tummies upset. It makes it hard to breathe. Our heads can be so full of thoughts. But when this happens, it's important to remind ourselves that we are fine right now. To help yourself calm down, start by closing your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Notice the theme. It says you can give yourself a hug and remind yourself that you're not in danger. Let your body relax. You don't have to be on high alert at this moment. Let those thoughts drift out of your mind. The bad things might still be happening, but you don't have to worry about them because you are fine. And that's just the theme of this book. We've used this plenty of times in anxious situations. This is a new book that we got. It's called The Anxiety Beast, A Kid's Guide to Defeating Anxiety. It's written by, not by the same child psychologist, but it's by Dr. Daisy Boskin, who's a clinical psychologist. And it just really runs you through what an anxiety monster can do to you. And so many times with Ivan, I find that when he gets very anxious, he has a thought pinging around in his head and he can't always verbalize it. So if we can help him to process that, then his anxiety doesn't get out of control. And it's the same thing with adults. We just sometimes, our brain needs a target, so it can find one thing to really kind of fixate on. So having tools like this in your tool belt can really make a difference. This one is called Belly Breathe, and we had actually gotten this at my son's book fair. It's a Scholastic book. And this is a wonderful book about if you're feeling scared, put your hands on your tummy, breathe in and out, in through your nose, out through your mouth, feel your belly move up and down, belly breathe. And then it has kind of different, it says feather breathe, furry breathe, just kind of shows different kinds of breathing techniques. And anytime you relate something to animals, it's very relatable for children. So on the back, it says, if you're mad or sad or worried, just belly breathe. Belly breathing helps little ones be mindful and calm. It's easy and everyone can do it. And I saved the best for last. This was also a book recommended by Ivan's play therapist. It's called The What Ifs, and it's by Emily Kilgore. I found this on Amazon, and this has been such a vital tool for us. Basically, the story is a girl starts to worry about having a performance, and she starts letting her anxiety, what if this happens, and what if that happens? And so she really had herself all worked up. So she went out to do her piano recital, and she messed up, and then she got really upset with herself. Well, then she had a little girl come in, and she heard all the things she was saying, and she said, but what if you do well, and what if everyone claps? And so she helped her to reframe. And so when Ivan finds himself worried and he says, well, what if this happens? What if that happens? I say, Ivan, do you have a case of the what ifs? And then that always gets us back to this book where we talk about what if something bad happens, and we turn it around with what if something good happens. And this has absolutely been one of the best books. So if you have an anxious child, I really can't recommend this book enough. It's called The What Ifs by Emily Kilgore. I will have all these books linked in the show notes. And so if you find something that's helpful, I am very happy. And if you have any books that you recommend for children who are anxious, these books are definitely focused. I would say probably 3 to 8. I want to share any of the tools that have helped us with other people because I know we're not alone. And, with the pandemic, kids have a lot more anxiety than they used to. And I think that our world is starting to recognize children's mental health a little bit more. So we do the best we can until we know better. And then when we know better, we do better. And I'm continuing to learn. And as long as I learn and find things that help, I will share them with you. So thank you.
We are beautiful miracles. We are beautiful miracles. We are